Welcome to Psychos and Sociopaths. Today we're going to go talk about Robert. What was the last name again?
Maudsley.
Maudsley? Move the mic in front of you. In front of your mouth. No, in front of your mouth.
Right there? Right there?
Yeah.
Robert Maudsley. M-A-U. Maudsley. Yeah, Maudsley.
Yeah, and for our listeners, Johnny's not going to be on the... I think he said he's going to take him sabbatical for this. It's nothing against us. He's having some personal life issues, so he's going to come on Nerd Sports tomorrow. But by the time this rolls out, which is going to be next Saturday, because we took the Christmas vacation off, I just pumped out a couple episodes for that week. I mean, Christmas time, I was just busy doing like 50,000 different things. But back to Robert. He was an English serial killer and killed 4 people, with 3 of the killings taking place in prison. After receiving a life sentence for a murder, initial reports falsely statement he ate part of the brain, which dubbed him the name Hannibal the Cannibal. And also the Brain Eater, amongst other prisoners. How many nicknames do is most of the inmates when they're in jail, just that's where they get most of their nicknames at the time?
No, they get a nickname from the street.
Oh, that's the reason why. Turn it around. Yeah, when it says tornado.
Yeah. That?
Yeah.
Okay.
See the bigger difference? But I mean, most of the street names get in prison or something like that, don't they?
No, they get off the street. Their aliases come with them when they come to jail.
But a lot of the newspapers found out throughout the autopsies and everything that these allegations were false. So, but he still got the name. It's one of those things. It's like your name is Mud. The reason why your name is Mud. You know that one?
What was it again?
Your name is Mud.
Oh.
You know the story about that.
I don't.
Hold on. I'll go the origin. The saying "Your name is Mud" is referring to Dauphin Samuel Mudd, who treated John Wilkes Booth after he was assassinated. President Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, okay.
That's the reason why your name is Mud. It was synonymous with that.
So he kind of looked at fixed John Wilkes Booth's leg.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But after that, it's one of those. Was a historical mark. This is the only reason why I know this is because of National Treasury with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
It was on there. So
okay.
I get freaking references from a lot of stuff in my life, and I research it, and that's where I get it all. But back to Robert. Early life, he was one of 12 children, so apparently they were Catholic. They were. Born in Spike, Liverpool, spent his early years in a Catholic orphanage in Crosby. Crosby?
Yeah.
At the age of 8, Robert's parents was relieved by he was relieved by his parents.
Retrieved.
Oh, retrieved by his... Man, I am not here right now.
Need to take your eyeballs out and clean them.
Probably. Retrieved by his parents and subject to a routine of physical abuse until he was eventually removed from their care by social services. Later stated that he was raped as a child, and such early abuse had left deep psychological scars. This is another case where the individual that started doing like horrible things was like abused as a child. I mean, I try to tell people it's like a 82% chance if the abuse and everything like that, the person turns to crime or gets doesn't care anymore about the human life, so he starts killing. I mean, but I know like lots of people that have had like abusive parents and everything, and they excel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they still have the emotional scars and everything, but I mean, most of your Navy SEALs or Spec Ops or anything like that, they're damaged to the point to where they don't care anymore. Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why they excel in that kind of career field. But as a teenager during the 1960s, Robert was a sex worker in London, using his income to support his drug addiction. He was forced to seek psychological help.
Psychiatric help.
Psychological and
Psychiatric.
Same thing. Psychological and psychiatric help is the same thing. It literally is.
If you say so.
It is.
If you say so. It's not what says psychiatric here, but not psychological.
Fuck you, Dad.
Love you too. Bitch.
Help after several suicide attempts. Oh, he wasn't a winner.
No.
It was during his talk with doctors that he claimed that to hear voices tell him to kill his parents, which there probably weren't voices. They were just him. It's like, maybe you should kill those motherfuckers. He quoted as saying, if I had killed my parents in the 70s, none of these people would have died. Which is kind of one of the Mendez brothers case.
Because probably if he killed his kid or his parent back in 1970, he'd be in jail and be out on the street to kill people.
Yeah, it makes sense. It really does make sense. It was like, wow, we got a report over those murders. Well, no, 3 of the murders were actually prisoners. He's only convicted of actual one legitimate murder outside. Okay. And that was manslaughter.
Yeah.
The other counts were in prison. Mm. So, there's your theory there, buddy.
Well, I guess you can fix stupid.
Apparently. The murders, the first one was in 1974. Robert Garroted. Oh, choked him.
Piano wire around the neck thing.
Yeah. John Farewell and Wood Green, London. Farrell picked up Robert for sex, showing him pictures of children. He had sexual abused. Robert surrendered himself to police. Oh, okay. So, man, that's... I kind of don't feel bad to this guy now.
No.
After reading this, it's one of those situations. He's like, okay, you got this, and you start like diving more into, because the whole this. Most of the time when I get my serial killers, it's just something that just pops up. And now I'm like, okay, maybe he's not that bad of a guy.
He kind of provided a service to the public by killing some guy. Yeah.
But I was reading. See, they didn't. The article I was reading in the, what is this? The DailyMail.com. It just saying it doesn't even give me in full details of reason why he's in there. He's just, he's a bad person and everything. He did this and this. But it gives you a small amount, and it didn't even say the reason why he did kill him.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, back to the killers. He surrendered himself to the police, saying he needed psychiatric care. Robert was found unfit to stand trial and instead was sent to Broadmoor Hospital. In 1977, he and another resident, David Cheeseman?
Yeah, Cheeseman.
Okay, I'm thinking, never heard that last name. Locked themselves up in a cell with a third patient, David Francis, a convicted child molester. They tortured him to death over the period of 9 hours. After the incident, Robert was convicted of manslaughter and then sent to Wakefield Prison. Man, he's just doing Lord's work right there.
Yeah. Maybe he should have done 8 hours instead of the 9 hours. He might have got off on it.
Probably. But, what probably happened? He was doing the 8 hours because nobody really wants to put in 8 hours work anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe about 6. But they probably figured out a newer torture to do with him.
Yeah.
That's the reason why the 9 hours. They did a little bit of overtime with that.
Yeah, but like 9 hours over after the 8 hours. Hour after the 8 hours is overtime to get time and a half on him.
Yeah, probably. That's so fucked up. Huh?
I didn't say anything.
In 1978, Robert killed 2 fellow prisoners in Wakefield Prison in one day. His first victim was Stanley Drawerwood, convicted of manslaughter of his wife. Damn, again, not really upset. Had invited Darwell to his cell where he garroted and stabbed him before hiding his body underneath his bed. He then attempted to lure another prisoner into a cell, but all refused. Robert then prowled the wing, hunting for his second victim, eventually cornering and stabbing prisoner Bill Roberts to death. He hacked at Robert's skull with a makeshift dagger and then multiple times struck his head against the wall. Robert claimed calmly walked into the wing's office, placed the dagger on the table, and told the officers that the next roll count will be too short. Fuck. Oh, fuck me running. Wow. Well, that's all on this Wikipedia page. Going to the Daily Mail. But that's the only bad thing about having 2 separate style of laptops. I can't airdrop it.
Well, I'm on the news page on that Wikipedia. You talking about that?
DailyMail.com.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Okay.
Did you go to it?
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
But they're saying one of the UK's most dangerous serial killers will die in a underground glass box after his last-ditch appeal to live alongside other prisoners was rejected. See, that's the thing. Okay, that's the thing about this whole thing. I was reading the Wikipedia page and getting all the information out there for this guy. And then you go back and you read the news article. Mm-hmm. And they're just basically, I was like, he was a piece of shit and everything like that. And, hands down, what he did was wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
You just go through the justice system and everything like that. But you look at it and you're like, but in all reality, every motherfucker would probably do that except those freaking idiots that just believe that, like, pedophilia or child abuse is a life choice.
It's like in jail and prison, the people that are in the United States, if they're child molesters and stuff like that, they have them in a special pod so they're away from general population, and general population would kill them.
Yeah. Ours was where was our? I'm trying to think. Not one building. 2 building? Is there 2 or 3? No, it was 2 building. 2 building we have was our
Child molesters?
It was general population child molesters. But they basically, there's this story that keeps on going around that I constantly see of guy was in a cell with a child molester, and he ended up killing the child molester in prison. I know the guy. Mm-hmm. He was at the All Red unit. Yeah. And luckily, I wasn't on shift when it happened because those 2 people got fired. Because the whole story about it, the whole story about this guy is he went to jail. Originally, he went to jail for tickets.
Yeah.
And then he went to, then he was in a cell with the child molester, and the guy was boasting how he raped these kids. So the guy killed him. That's why he got the manslaughter charge, or murder charge. Well, now he's in the All Red unit. It's in his records what happened. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it was the warden or whatever, fucked up, put him in the same cell as a child molester, and guess what? The child molester just did the same thing. I boasted how he diddled kids. He was a chomo, blah blah blah, and then he ended up dying because the guy pulled the power cord and choked him out, killed him. And reason why he got away, reason why he was able to do it was because the basic fact is both the officers were sick, so they didn't do their regular rounds.
Oh, okay.
And then about not breakfast. Yeah, it was breakfast. It wasn't dinner count. Dinner count was already done. But during breakfast, the guy went to the sergeant's desk and was like, "Hey, I just now can tell you this, but my cellie's dead. I killed him." So they went down, checked it out, put him in the SEG, or 11 building for security reasons and everything. And he finally got the trial, and that's the reason why. I mean, he just killed serial killers.
Yeah.
So
he just killed a child molester.
Yeah, chomo. But you look at the article itself, and he's just. They mentioned a little bit who killed child molester, one wife killer, and was told that this week that he would be incarcerated in a glass box until he dies. But he's actually just like Charles Bronson, not the actor, the UK's most dangerous criminal.
Never heard of him.
There's a movie about him. It's called Charles Bronson with Tom Hardy. It's actually it's a weird movie because it's more or less kind of like Clockwork. It's done like a Clockwork Orange type thing, which another movie I couldn't finish.
I never watched it.
Everybody's like, "Oh, we're praising this because it's Stanley Kubrick." I was like, "Man, I could barely stand The Stand."
Yeah.
I don't like his movies.
Yeah. I never watched that one either.
The Stand?
Mm-hmm.
I watched bits and pieces of it. I tried so hard. I just don't. It's one of those things. It's people that are artistic and they're saying, or critics. It's like, oh, this is like Eyes Wide Shut. I couldn't even stand that movie. And that movie had like a lot of sex scenes, and it'd be one of those things. It's like maybe I should watch this, and I couldn't. I just like.
You know, that one movie like that took them a lot of years to make that son of a gun.
Yeah. Well, I think it was already made, but they were trying to get the rated R rating instead of the NC-17. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of movies like that. It was like Showgirls was the first movie that ever had the NC-17 because it had so much nudity in it. I'm like, and then you watch it and it's like, the only thing going for it is the nudity. The acting is shit. The storyline is shit. I mean, the whole thing is just shit. And the only thing going for it is TNA. I mean, it's literally. I mean, I know pornos that have better freaking storylines.
Yeah.
I mean, even I'm a plumber. I'm here to clean out your pipes. That's a better storyline than that freaking movie.
Yeah.
But shout out to Maria. She'll get that joke. Oh, I told you about our super fan, right? You finally got to meet our super fan.
Yeah, you said something about it.
Yeah.
You mentioned something about it.
Yeah. It was freaking... I had a good time. We watched... you know Mazda and Miata, right? The really small ones?
Yeah.
I mean, this guy filled up both freaking seats.
Damn.
When she drove by, then she did a U-turn to go check this out. She's like, I gotta get some cash anyways. And literally the car was like, he got out. I've seen a couple of times. I've seen a car bounce like that, but that was a good bounce.
Yeah, I had one of those like that when I worked at a liquor store. There's a convenience store across the street. I saw this car come in. I literally, the right hand side of the car was dragging, and then when the person got out, it's whoop, like that, and I actually heard a. Ah! And then when that person got back into the car, it went,
That's hilarious.
And where I worked, we had a guy that, he had to have somebody help him in the shower because he couldn't fit into the shower, and he couldn't use the small soaps because he couldn't fit around, so they made him a big bar of soap.
Yeah.
And when the county that he was withholding for came and got him, that daggum car was it leaned about a 45-degree angle and scraping the side going down the road.
Yeah, that's a lot of prisoners like to make those big bars of soap.
Yeah,
they take
little ones to make a big bar, but this is because he couldn't use a small bar, so.
No, and then some of them because they're like big guys and everything.
Yeah, this guy about 400 pounds.
Yeah, but in 1983, Robert was deemed too dangerous for a normal cell. Prison authorities built a 2-cell unit in the basement of Wakefield Prison due to his history of violence. When outside his cell, he is escorted by at least 4 prison officers. His cell will do this in America style stuff, 18 by 15.
Yeah.
Or if you want to use the communist language, 5.5 by 4 by 5 meters. The 2 cells are slightly larger than average and have large bulletproof windows through which he can be observed. See, this is almost the same thing as Charles Bronson, but he actually, what's strange about him though, is he ended up making exercise books.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they're actually. I ended up reading one, and it's good workout routine, and like small spaces and everything. Which I'm reading. I need to redo. I need to do that, and I wonder if they have. Let's see here, prison style workout books. They probably do. Oh, did you not? That was another. Solitary Fitness by Charles Bronson. There we go. Yeah, they got a couple of them. Oh, Dewey.
Is it spelled the same way as regular Charles Bronson?
Yeah. Charles, Bronson.
I'm looking up how to find Charles Bronson movies.
Put in Solitary Fitness.
Well, I'm trying to take the movie that you're talking about, Charles Bronson.
Oh, look up Tim Hardy.
Tim Hardy?
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Charles Arthur Salvador. I wonder if that was the movie that was it? I thought it was called Charles Bronson.
It may not be because I looked it up. I see. Let's see, the Infinity Chamber, Warrior, The Drop, Legend, Lawless, Taboo, Scenes of a Sexual Nature, Lock, This Means War. Oh, by the way, This Means War is a neat movie.
This Means War?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was the same one. I love that movie. That's actually a really good movie.
Well, it's actually got a guy with our last name in the movie.
Yeah, I know. That's the whole reason why you like it so much.
Yeah, that's it.
Tom Hardy. There we go. If you go to IMDb, that's where I'm going right now. I actually like how he got he fixed himself. You know, it's one of those things. The only thing he does now is like coffee. That's his drug of choice now.
Is Tom Hardy?
Yeah. Taboo. You had the right guy. No, it'd be more. Bronson. That's what the movie's called.
Oh, okay.
Bronson. I knew it was something like that. But no, that was another guy who they had to make special arrangements because that guy, Charles Bronson, he actually caused a riot because he wanted better tea. He was so destructive. They had I mean, you can watch the movie. It's actually a pretty decent movie. It's just a weird type movie. I just watched. It was one of those movies that you watch because it's the only reason why I watched it was because I was a correction officer at the time.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I finally found it.
Yeah. But his workout with team, he kept himself fit. It's actually, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But that's the end of this episode. By the way, and for Valentine's Day, we're going to get it all set up, hopefully by 2 weeks into January, where we actually do the commercial for it. So we have a month to get everybody's name and everything to for the winner. We're going to do a murder basket. It's still going to be like a it's not going to be weird, but it's going to have weird stuff in it. Because I found like skull bath bombs and a knife with blood on it, bath bombs. I mean, they have a lot of bath bombs. I was thinking about doing the hoarder part because they have like Freddy Krueger's bath bombs and everything like that. I'm still divvying in on all the stuff I'm going to put into it and everything like that.
Maybe we can find some more neat stuff to go in it or something.
Yeah, I mean, for Valentine, I know what movie I'm going to put in there. I don't know if I'm going to do, but the only thing is I don't know what, if I'm going to actually put the DVD, because a lot of people don't do DVDs anymore. But so I married an axe murderer.
Oh, okay.
Because I was talking, we were talking to a couple of a couple of my friends of what movie to put in there. They're like, oh, you got to put in like Silence on the Lambs. I was like, no.
Those two, no, not that one.
Yeah, well, we're about to go. But check us out on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. And just we're going to just do it to where you comment and share the page. It shows up. Or we do it on Facebook. But I'm David Dickerman.
And I'm Wesley Dickerman.
And this is Psychos and Sociopaths. Thank you for watching, everybody.